Hi, today we're going to go over lesson 1.1 and 11.1. And we're going to start out with some nets. And nets are just three-dimensional shapes that are unfolded. Okay, so let's see if I can get my screen to work here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to let's look at shape number 1. And let's look at this bottom shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 sides on it, so it's a pentagon. And then you have 5 like rectangles that go around. So let's go over here to the right and we're going to look for a shape that has like 5 rectangles. And so, there are a lot of shapes with rectangles. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, does this one have a pentagon on the top and bottom? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure, it does. So A is number 1. Because if you were to unfold shape number 1, it would make shape A. So let's take number 2, and if you were to unfold that, what would it make? Now, if you look at your choices, the choice would be either B or C. So how do you tell the difference? Because they both have triangles. If you notice, there are triangles around the top. So let's look at the bottom. The bottom here has 4 sides. So out of the choices of B and C, choice B has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, so that means the choice has to be C. So for number 3, the base, the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has to be B. Now, number 4 is a pizza box. We all know what the pizza box looks like. That is E. So how do you tell the difference between number 5 and number 6? Well, number 5, there is a triangle here I'm noticing. And on number 6, it's more curved at the top. So if you look out of the two choices of D and F, F definitely has this curve on top and D has a triangle. So you're just looking for little differences and it's actually pretty easy. It's really nothing I can teach you. You just have to look for the individual shapes as it would lie flat. Okay, so which net won't make a cube? Again, this is something you have to visualize, so it's very hard to teach someone to do this. The way that I do this is I visualize one of them is the front. And so like this would be the top and this would be the bottom. If this is the front, this would be the right, and this would be the back. And then this one could flip over and be the left. So this one works. On part B, if this was the front, that's the left and right and back. And notice I'm putting like either BA or BK, some distinction between back and bottom. And so your bottom is BO and your top is the T. So that one works as well. Now there is a problem with this one. Again, I'm just picking a random one to be the front, left, right, back. If you notice, you have 2 bottoms. One of these should be up here. Now, it really doesn't matter where up here. It just would have to be on top someplace. So this is your bottom, and you can't have 2 bottoms. It just wouldn't work. So C doesn't work. So the question is, which net doesn't make a cube? It is C. Okay, so on your homework, it doesn't actually have you find the surface area. It just has you draw the net. So it's actually much easier than what the directions on the notes say. What we're going to do is we're going to draw a net just like we did up here and we matched it. So we're going to unfold the shape. So what shape is there the most? Well, if you were to unfold this, I see that there are 4 sides and my picture is not to scale, unfortunately. Okay. So, and then there's a left and a right. Okay, so we're going to have to put the dimensions on this. And again, mine's not to scale. If you can, if you're a great artist, Proud of you. I hope you can, maybe do a little better job. I know it's 22 all the way up. And on the side, it's going to alternate between 10 and 7. So 10 and 7, 10 and 7. And so what is the dimension of this? Well, if you were to fold it, notice that this green side and this green side would touch. So this side here is also 10. And this is 7. And this is 10. So all you have to do is unfold the shape and put the numbers within the picture. Okay, that's all we're going to do today. It's really easy. Okay, so let's try number 9. What shape do you see the most of? Well, I see 3 rectangles. So let's draw those 3 rectangles first. And then I see there's 2 triangles like on both ends. Now those triangles don't have to go there. You could put them on, anywhere on the left and anywhere on the right. It really doesn't matter. And let's see. These are all 14. And then the sides alternate. Now let's see. We have one side that's 8 and 2 sides that are 12. And this is 8. And these are 12. And that's all you have to do. Just open up the shape, write in the dimensions. Okay. Excuse me. If the net shown below is folded and side A is the front, this is the front, what letters would be at the top, left, right, and back? Okay, so guys, don't make this harder than what it is. To the left of the front is the left. To the right of the front is the right. And then you would have the back. So I'm just going to label this BA for back. So below that is the, of course, one note is crashing, just like kind of like we're in class. Okay, sorry about that. One note does not want to do math today. All right, so this is the left, right, back, bottom, and top. Okay, so there's going to be questions like this on your test where I'm going to give you which side is the front and you have to label all the other sides. So again, this is really, really hard to teach. It's something you have to visualize, and it's hard to teach people to visualize things. So if you have questions on it, please ask, because again, it's really hard to teach, especially on a video. Okay, so next part. You're going to label the vertices, the edges, and the faces. Okay, so these are just vocab words you need to know, and if you're afraid you're going to forget these vocab words, this is something you can put on your index card. So the vertices, guys, these are points. So how many points do you see on here? Hopefully you're saying, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're going to list them. So it's A, comma, B, comma, C, D, E, and P. Now the next word is edges. Now think about like if you're home and you hit your foot on the edge of the coffee table. It's where the 2 pieces of wood maybe come together, or the 2 walls come together if you hit yourself on the edge of the wall or something. And so these are segments. So there are a lot of segments within this picture, lots. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's just going 5. That's going up to P, but then you also have all of these that go around the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 10 of them here. So let's start with A and go up to P. So AP, BP, CP, DP, EP. And then we have to go along the bottom. So we have AB, BC, CD, DE, and EA. Yeah, so we have 10, and those are all segments. And then the last one that we have are faces. Now, faces are like planes. Now, how do you name planes? You name planes with 3 letters. So how many different planes do you see within this picture? So I'm going to erase some stuff here so we can get back to the original picture. The bottom is a plane, and then all the triangles going up, and there are 5 triangles. So that means there's a total of 6 planes. Now, remember, when you name a plane, there's always 3 letters. So on the bottom, there are 5. You're going to pick 3 of those letters to name it. So I'm just randomly picking 3, A, C, D. Okay, so let's talk about this plane here. Well, there's only 3 letters, and it doesn't matter the order you put them in. So I'm going to say BAP. Okay, let's do the one next to it. And I'm going to say BPC. And then let's do the one next to it, CPD. I'm going to have to erase. And then that one, and that is PDE. And again, the order of my letters really makes no difference. And then let's do this last one, which is PAE. Okay, so we're finished. We've named all the edges, vertices, and faces. So again, if you don't understand these vocab words very well, or you're afraid you're going to forget them, write them on your index card. Okay, so again, guys, this is something you have to visualize. This is like a sugar cone, and you're going to cut it right where this paper is. Like that's like a knife. If you were to cut it and then look at the cross section, and that means where the cut took place, what would be the shape there? Now, honestly, all it is you take like this shape at the top, and it's a smaller version of it down here. So the cross section here is just a circle. It's a smaller circle than what's at the top. Now, what is this shape at the bottom? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a hexagon. So up here at the top, if you were to cut it, it would just make a smaller hexagon. So you could either draw it or just write the word hexagon. For the next one, this is like a block of Velveeta cheese. And if you were to cut it straight up and down at a 90-degree angle, it would make a square. Now, if you were to cut it at a slant, it would be more of a rectangle. And again, it does help if you think about, if you have like a block of cheese and you're actually cutting it. So is this cut here, is that appear to be like a perfect 90-degree angle cut or more at a slant? And it's kind of hard to tell. So if you said square or rectangle, I would count either one of those. Okay, now this one is also hard to describe. This is a piece of string and you have a shape on it, and you're going to spin the shape on the piece of string, and it wants to know what shape do you think it would make. Now I find that sometimes it helps if you envision that this is on a drill bit and you're going to put it into a piece of wood, what shape would be left inside the piece of wood? Because a lot of people are like, circle. Well, there's not just a circle. If you put that entire drill bit in the wood and then pull it out, it's more like a cylinder because it goes on this side too, and it's 3-dimensional. So it actually makes like, and again, I can't draw. It makes a cylinder. Now, down in this assignment, it shows you one. Okay, it's right here. It shows you this exact example. It shows you that if you had the little rectangle and if you were to spin it to make it 3-dimensional, it would make this shape, which is a cylinder. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So when you do these, you have to envision this now on all sides. It's 3-dimensional. What shape would that be? And so that's all it's asking you. So don't make it harder than what it is. Okay, so on your assignment, when you get to it, it is going to ask you about this one, and it says about what's the opposite of the red. So the red is the front, and I know yours is in black and white. So I'm just going to leave this here for a second. You can pause it. So all of the red ones are the front, and so you're going to tell me what the back is. And, you won't be able to tell the color necessarily. So, just draw an arrow and be like, this is the back. But you definitely need to know which one is which, because I took this out of the textbook and I had to print it, and it's in black and white. Okay. So just remember, here you're drawing the net. You don't actually have to find the surface area. And I usually cut number 11 off. And I believe that's it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Thanks a lot.